June 13th. Well, there's no way to sugarcoat this. Moisture got into our stim ration, and it tastes like shit. We'd noticed a small change in taste for about the last 2 to 3 days and just discovered what it was. A bit too late, unfortunately. I expect a decline in productivity and possibly the need to stop mining an hour or two earlier, depending upon morale. I will try to maximize the team's efficiency day over day, but I'm concerned about pushing too hard without stim and having to cut into the next day's productivity. End of audio log 12.
Yo, what is up, Pokemon trainers? This is Blake from the Sticky Buttons podcast.
And this is Brandon.
And we're coming at you just a couple gyms in, and we're going to talk about some brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. And bro, I'm just so pumped about this. I'm like gushing. I just can't wait to talk about this, man.
I am so excited. I've been playing this game every little pocket of time that I get, and I feel like a little kid again. It's so much nostalgia, so much fun. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, same dude. You know, honestly, I just didn't even realize like how excited I was for this until like it came out, and I was just playing it. Like as soon as I had it in my hands, I was like, oh my gosh, dude. I think that, so like we've kind of said on the pod before that Gen 3 was our first gen, but I think I spent more time in Gen 4 and in the original Pearl, Platinum, and Diamond than I think any other.
I might go ahead and say the same thing. I didn't realize how much time I spent in the Sinnoh region until I revisited the Sinnoh region, and I had memorized the whole thing like the back of my hand. It's crazy that I can just go back to this world years later and have such a vivid recollection of it.
Yeah, dude, I feel the same way, man. I mean, it's a little different for me because I did just play Pearl like almost a year ago, but even still, man, oh, it's just crazy. So really quick, before we get too much into it, we're not going to be going over any spoilers of this game. I mean, we've both only beaten the second gym at this point, but I mean, we might talk about it a little bit later, like in a future episode, but I mean, I pretty much know how I feel about this game. I mean, I'm 12 hours in. I don't know about you, but I don't think our views are pretty much going to change too much on this game after today. But I guess you never know. If it changes, we'll let you know. But, oh, man, dude, I'm so excited. So, first off, dude, let's go starters, man. Who'd you pick?
I picked Chimchar, good old Chimchar. I mean, that speed, that special attack stat, I mean, he's nuts.
Yeah.
He's nuts.
Same, man. I feel like you got to go with Chimchar, man. I mean, like, I love Turtwig. I love Piplup. But I don't know, dude. They're definitely second round picks for me, for sure.
Yeah, I get behind that. I was considering Piplup heavily, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's so cute. Piplup's so cute, but I don't know. I just feel like his second type is Steel, like when he gets to be a Empoleon. And I just feel like he just doesn't get any good Steel type moves. I mean, maybe that's changed, but I kind of feel like it's a wasted type. I feel like they wasted it on him. But,
yeah, I could see that.
So, okay, I got to ask. So do you think they changed the moves up for the starters? Have you noticed anything that you thought was different?
Flame Wheel feels a little different. I don't remember Flame Wheel.
Yeah, I feel like it was it Fire Spin or something like that, maybe?
No, Fire Spin is a 5.
Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, man, I don't. You know, hold on. What was the one that like made the star shape in the animation? Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Are you talking about Ember?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I actually the one that felt really different to me was Mach Punch. Or not Mach Punch. What's the one where your attack
Focus Punch?
Focus Punch. That's the one where your attack gets raised after every time you use it, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. Because I don't remember having a type advantage in the first gym. And so the first gym is rock, right? Or is it ground? It's rock, right?
It's rock.
Yeah. So, man, I always get rock and ground because they're just so similar. I always get them confused. But so the focus punch is a super effective move against rock type. And I don't remember having Chimchar being able to sweep the rock gym, but hey, my boy did it.
Yeah, with that fighting type move. That's why you gotta love Infernape. You can stack those fighting moves.
Yeah, I love Infernape, dude.
I gotta double check on that. It's power up punch.
Power up punch. Yeah, I don't remember that one from the first playthrough.
Yeah, I don't remember that either.
I think they might have reworked the moves a little bit, which, hey, I mean, it's fine with me. You know, I know that I don't know, I can't give any examples, but I know that there were some moves that they changed from Gen 3 Pokemon. When you took Gen 3 Pokemon into Pokemon Sword and Shield, their movesets had been completely reworked. So I think that's probably the same thing here, but I'm fine with. I think it's cool. I mean, that, man, I might keep that move the whole game. I mean, that's crazy. You get every time you land a hit, your attack goes up. That's crazy. And especially like once your attack gets better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's scary. This is scary because you
can keep stacking.
You can keep stacking and then get like a good, what's that, close combat?
Oh my gosh, dude. I didn't even think about that. Oh yeah, dude. It's all over, man. It's all over for the Elite Four. I already know. Yeah. Man, I'm so excited. I actually, like, truthfully, I don't really remember too much of the end game. I don't really remember too much of like the final bits of the game. So I'm really excited to jump back into that. I actually remember when I replayed Pearl like a year ago, I stopped at the 8th gym. I never made it through. So I'm so pumped just to get back into this. But do you have any overall thoughts or anything that you want to talk about really quick? Any like quick thoughts, anything that jumps out at you that you're really liking about this?
I'm really enjoying the fact that, they made quality of life improvements.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can send Pokemon in boxes right away. You can organize your boxes on the go. You can also, the graphics look a lot better.
Oh man, dude, it's incredible.
I really appreciate that. I mean, it looks really nice, but they also didn't take away from it. Really,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
They really respected that, and they did a really good job through and through. So far, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10, honestly.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, I really fuck with that. I mean, I feel the same way, man. The quality of life improvements, I mean, some of the ones that really like stuck out to me, like I love being able to change my move order in my Pokemon and just being able to put the move that you use the most at the top of the list. Like, I know that's like a small thing and it doesn't really affect anything too much, but I just love that. I mean, I think it's come up in other gens like that I haven't played yet, but the first time I experienced that was in Pokemon Sword and Shield. And man, oh man, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to what it was before after having that. I think the HMs, I was a little bit worried about that. And I think in our earlier talks about it, I was really trepidatious about what they were going to do with the HMs and the Poketch. It seemed like the way they explained it in the promotion, I was like, that seems like a good fix, but I mean, you don't know until you have it in your hands. And I think it works out great, man.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. I kind of forget it's there, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's a great way to have it. And it's just like the R button pulls up the Poketch. So if you're a first time player and you're playing this, the Poketch, that was the whole bottom of the DS. So that was the whole bottom screen, and you could always interact with it. And I just think it's really interesting how they moved that to where instead of having, because like obviously the Switch has one screen, and I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to feel good. But I love that you can just hold one button and it pulls up a secondary screen that you can have in the main screen and you can just hide it whenever.
And just the design factor of it as well, where like on the Switch, you're never really over that R button anyway. So it feels really natural to just like reach for it and go to that second screen. It's just, yeah, it's really well done, really well thought out.
Yeah, definitely, man. And then actually that makes me really excited for the future of the DS catalog because, I mean, you know me, man, I love just being able to like go back and play old games that I never got to experience. And I've just kind of been like, man, like with the Game Boy games, like, I mean, like you can download ROMs on the internet and put them on. Like, I mean, you can play them on your phone, you know, I mean, if you have the right apps for it. And it's just like with the DS, I'm always like, what are they going to do? Because it's 2 screens. I mean, truthfully, like the second screen of the DS was never really used that effectively in very many games. Most of the time they just used it for like a map. But I mean, in some of them, they did actually have stuff that you would interact with, like in the Grand Underground, for example. You know, I think that works pretty well with. I mean, have you done it in handheld mode?
What's handheld mode?
Like when you're just holding the Switch instead of having to dock.
Oh yeah, I've done it, and that's mostly when I played it.
Do you do touchscreen when you're in the underground and doing like the mining?
No, I just press A.
Oh,
I do. Okay. I hold the R to like switch, and then I press A.
I wonder have you tried touchscreen?
I have.
Does it work if you do the touchscreen?
It works.
Okay.
It works. I just don't like putting my fingerprints on my screen. I'm very particular about that.
No, I get that, man. I was just curious because he's got screen protectors on deck, man.
Screen electronic wipes.
Oh yes, yeah. My bad. Do you have a screen protector?
I do have a screen protector. I don't play.
Yeah, I got one of those too. Oh man. Anyways, I was just kind of like I knew that you were gonna do it, and I knew you were gonna play in handheld mode, and I don't know. I actually haven't played it a single time in handheld mode, so I'll probably do that here, just because it just feels so nice when you do it. But I don't know. I really just wanted to throw it up on the TV, man. I wanted that experience.
I've been itching to do that. I just got back home, and man, I can't wait to just put it on my monitor, my curved screen, and just see it. Oh man.
It feels really good, especially like when you get into a battle and they kind of do like the sweeping shot of the landscape. I really like that. I think they did a great job with that. And
I'm stoked.
Yeah, man. I guess kind of just moving on to some other things that I really liked about it. Man, it feels so good to play an isometric Pokemon game again. Like where you're looking down at it. Like it just feels like a return to form, man.
Yes. That's something that I didn't know how to. Well, yeah, I wanted to say, but I didn't know how to say it. Mm-hmm. Such a it just feels so. It just feels better.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this so much, and I think I might be able to help you a little bit find the words. It feels like there's like a formula to all the Pokemon games up to this point, like up to Gen 4. They were like you would just explore this huge map and like go to different towns and different places and find these little hidden secrets. And then especially like in Sword and Shield, like they very much like it's like a line, you know, like you have a line, like you can't take all these like right and left turns and find these like hidden paths and these like hidden abilities. And it just it also felt like in Sword and Shield, like you could look down the route and see every single trainer and you're like, okay, well, I know I've got to beat these 3 people, walk through this patch and then beat these people. But like when you're in the isometric view, you can only see so much. So I'm always like, oh my gosh, like what's around this next corner? Or like, what's over there? Like, am I to the next town yet? Like I really need to heal up. And it's like, do I go back? Or like, I don't know how far I am. And that just like that sense of mystery and discovery, I feel like really was not in Sword and Shield for me, but it's definitely in this. And I'm really happy that we get to experience that again.
And it's something that I didn't get to give Sword and Shield the time that I wanted because that I didn't feel at home in that kind of environment. But because I grew up playing Pokemon in that isometric view, and like that's really the way I like it. So I can see why people had that argument. I had heard it in the internet before, and now I can honestly say I see the bright side, or the insert analogy.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I totally feel the same way, man. And so like I really was very positive on Pokemon Sword and Shield. Actually, I don't know if we've really talked about it too much on the show since we had our episode about it, but I'll just say, man, I put about 500 hours into Pokemon Sword.
Wow.
Yeah, at the end of yeah. What were you saying?
500. That's, dude, you should throw and like, should do something for Sword and Shield.
Oh my gosh, dude, I totally forgot. I was gonna say this at the beginning of the episode. I beat the Pokédex, man. I got my first Pokédex
Yes.
in Sword.
I was waiting for you to say it.
Oh my gosh, dude, I don't. Oh man, I feel like that was the perfect way to end the books on that game. I mean, I still might go back to it and play, but
You did it, dude.
that was okay. That felt like an accomplishment. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel proud about that one. That's my
Is that your first completed?
yeah, and I don't think I'm ever gonna do it again.
I think you're gonna do it with Brilliant Diamond.
I don't know, man. I mean, this is one of the things I wanted to talk about in this. I don't really love the Pokédex in this gen. I feel like, man, we've talked about it before. I feel like the first half of the game is chock full of Bidoofs, and then you don't get any of the cooler Pokemon until the second half of the game. So
yeah, that is true.
I mean, I love Shinx. What's his last one? Luxray?
Yeah.
I like Luxray. I mean, like, there's a lot of Pokemon that I like, but I don't know. I just don't know. I'm excited. I'm kind of hoping that I'll find some vigor and find a new team that I've never had before. That's kind of what I'm hoping for this gen. But yeah, dude. Yeah. So basically what I was saying, in Pokemon Sword and Shield, they have these bombastic like gym battles. And once you get to the end of the DLC, I don't know if you ever made it there, you have this ability you can, I guess, compete in this Galarian Star tournament. Did you ever get there?
No.
So basically, once you get that, or basically what it is, it's like you pick somebody and you do 2-on-2, like 2v2 doubles matches against all of the gym leaders in Leon. So me and Hop, we together took on like a bracket of people, and it was really cool. And we faced off Leon and what's the dragon type? What's his name? Raihan? How do you say his last name? How do you say his name? It's Raihan. Raihan. Yeah, so it was Leon and Raihan, and me and Hop, we crushed them. I mean, Hop still has his, like, Hop's so weird, man. He has double, and then he has like whichever Zacian or Samazenta. So it's and then the starters. I'm just like, what are you doing out here? But yeah, so that was really cool. And then I'm actually
dude, leave Hop alone, guys. He's putting that work, dude. Raihan and Leon, that's no joke.
Yeah, me and Hop, we took it. We took the Galarian Star tournament. But yeah, so
probably. Barely.
Double swept him, man. He was the sweeper. Oh, geez. Okay. Man, I just had, oh gosh, I had a lot of fun in that just because, I mean, it's just like these huge,
sounds fun.
Like giant bombastic battles where you're like in this stadium and everybody's like cheering you on, you know? And I think that's what Sword and Shield did so well. I love that.
Did you Gigantamax in those battles?
Oh, of course, dude.
Yeah.
It's really fun because it toggles between you and the person you're doing doubles with too. So, and I think the more you play it, the more people you unlock. So like I could have picked Hop, Marnie, or Beatty, I think, for the first time. And then I think you can only pick like Hop and Marnie. And then maybe the first two gym leaders for your second time around. And I did Hop and Marnie. So, but anyways, I mean, that's just so fun, like being in those giant battles. But I think that's really just about all that game has going for it. Well, I mean, it has some other things too, but I mean, that's not really why we're here. But just getting back into that isometric view and like the return to form of Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, like I just think it's so great, man. And I actually wanted to run this past you. It's kind of like this thought I was having. I just wanted to know what you thought on it. I think that this is probably the best game that you could play, the best Pokemon game you could play right now if you're a newcomer, if you've never played the series before, or if you played a long time ago and you're looking to get back into it.
I agree. I think it's so well done. It's really designed well to newcomers, and it'll bring you into the franchise. I think if you play that, I mean, if you don't want to complete the Pokédex, you can get into some other Pokemon games. But it's a great introduction.
Yeah, definitely, man. And one of the things I had a couple of things that I just wanted to like run through that I thought were like reasons why I think this is probably the best game for somebody that either hasn't played or if you're a returning player. Obviously, like the formula, kind of like what we were talking about, like it's kind of like the isometric view, like you really get to explore the whole area. You get to pick your team, pick a Pokemon team, and you aren't really punished for switching Pokemon in and out because of the XP share. Like I really think it really helps you boost up your whole team, and you can just switch Pokemon in and out. And like Brandon said, you can do that on the go wherever you are, which is not something you could do in the gen originally. And I think, I mean, you guys know how I feel about tutorials. I think that this one, like, I mean, obviously, like Brandon and I, we've been playing these games a long time. We know how to play a Pokemon game. We don't really need the tutorial. But that being said, I think like I'm trying to be as objective as possible, but I think this is probably the best Pokemon tutorial that I've played in a while. I mean, it kind of holds your hand a little bit, but not too much. And I think it does a pretty good job with it.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that I was doing a tutorial.
And you know, that's the mark of a good tutorial, man. With Pokemon Sword and Shield, for example, I really was like, come on, like let me get to it. And
Seriously.
it really just it took it took forever, man. Because I mean they have a lot of like cinematics in Pokemon Sword where you know you're doing stuff and you just want to. Honestly, you know, I felt like that whole game. Now that I'm thinking about it, the whole game they like disrupt you with. I guess this. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with it. They disrupt you with like cutscenes and you trying to help adults out, and I'm gonna say adults because I just replayed Pokemon Sword to beat the Pokédex, and I think like at one point Leon says like don't worry about this, like you just worry about the gym challenge, let the adults handle this. He's like I'm the unbeatable champion after all, and and like in this game like it's all on you, like you're the only competent person in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, so it's on you to save the world in this one. But man, I totally lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Just the difference between the dynamic of Pokemon Sword and Shield, how there are actually adults in the world, and Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond, it's like you are the ultra adult. Everyone goes to you for the answers.
Yeah, I mean, like literally, like everybody goes to you for the answers, and like I think that this game just really is like does a great job of like kind of like Professor Rowan is like the NPC you meet at the beginning. Like he's very much like, hey, like you took this Pokemon, it is what it is. It looks like it's bonded to you. Like, well, you have to do me a favor now. Take this Pokédex and fill it out and go take on the gym challenge. And oh man, you got Team Galactic in here too. But I also think that like the quality of life improvements that we've kind of touched on, I think that those really are gonna. I don't know. I kind of think they're kind of like the bare bones. You know, I mean, truthfully, I think the quality of life's in this. I mean, moving forward into the future, you know, I think they're probably about as bare bones. And I mean, there's some really cool things. I mean, you can change your outfit too, and which I hate that red hat, man. But I just got a new outfit. I don't know. Do you feel the same way about the hat as I do?
I mean, I don't really quite mind it. I'm gonna save my money.
You know, it's funny, man. They when I was going through the beginning, you start without the hat, and it was like they were mocking me, man, because they made like your mom has like a one-liner about how you can't leave your house without your favorite hat, and then she puts it on your head. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was this close to walking out without it. But another reason this is a great game for the newcomers is it kind of shows you what Pokemon used to be with the random encounters. And what I mean by that is you walk into a patch of grass and you'll just find the random encounters. Like you'll bump into a Pokemon, you won't know it's there. You won't know what Pokemon it is until it's in battle with you. And that's not the case in Pokemon Sword and Shield. Like, you can see the Pokemon in the patches of grass. You can see them in the overworld and in the wild areas. And they do have that in the Grand Underground, those areas. So you can see both what it used to be and what it is now, and I'm assuming going forward.
I really appreciate that too, that little like mix element. That's why I've been spending so much time in the Grand Underground, because I've been trying to, fill up my Pokédex a little bit. There's some really rare Pokemon at some low levels. So it's a good chance. I caught a Gastrodon earlier.
Nice. I don't know if you noticed this, but when you're in the underground, the Pokemon scale to your level. Whereas in the overworld, they're at a set amount. So I think that's really cool, that if you're looking for a challenge, just hop into the Grand Underground and you'll meet Pokemon that are at your level. And that makes it nice too, because if you're trying to add someone to your team, like, you don't have to train them up at all. And they do have Pokemon that aren't in this region's Pokédex. Like, I caught a Swablu.
Dude, where are you getting all these rare Pokemon? You're definitely spending a lot of time in the Grand.
Actually, I spent a lot of time the first time I got into the Grand Underground. I spent a lot of time in that because I really wanted to find a fossil, because that's why I got Dimond. Is because as a kid, I always wanted Cranidos on my team because of the first gym, but I had Pearl, and at the time, I didn't know that you couldn't get Carnidos until
after post game.
Well, I don't know. I guess I never made it that far. But I mean, so basically now, if you're trying to find out how to do anything, you can just Google it, and there's a ton of resources on how to help you out. But when we were kids, I feel like we didn't have that. So I was just kind of in the dark. I never really.
We definitely had Google.
I know we had Google, but I'm just saying I feel like I never found it. Or maybe I just didn't think that way. Maybe I didn't think that I could ask Google how to help me in my Pokemon game. Because I don't think
at heart, you're just not gonna do that to a video game. You're gonna respect it.
Maybe
that's how it should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, because I have noticed in the last couple of games, I'll get a Pokemon and I'll just immediately look up its moveset, like its entire moveset, and I'll be like, does this fit in with my strategy or my team? Like,
yeah,
I want this move, I don't want this move. Like, does it have any good TMs or?
Yeah.
So I did that for.
Like, did you ever watch the anime?
Sinnoh
Region?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen it.
There's this one character called Paul. He has purple hair and he wears like this really, really douchey jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like a very kind of like just annoying trainer, and he's really mean to his Pokemon. He he deletes them from his team, and like if they're not useful to him, and like he looks at all their movesets and he does exactly that. And I was just gonna say, you're sounding like Paul right now.
Oh no. Scared. I don't want to turn into Paul. I'm gonna look him up. I'm gonna see what he looks like.
He's a strong trainer. I mean, he's good because of it, but he's just so mean to Pokemon.
He looks like a douche, man. I don't want to be Paul. I don't want to turn into Paul. No, I used to, like, I was saying in Sword, I would do that. If there was a Pokemon, I was like, am I really going to spend the time training this Pokemon up? But yeah. I haven't done that for a couple Pokemon. So I just kind of, that mystery still here. So
for Sword, that's fair because it's just endless possibilities. And there's just so many ways to level up your Pokemon. I mean, you could literally give them XP Candy L until they were good enough to fit your team. Here, you don't really, at least not yet. Maybe
I have a single rare candy.
So we'll see.
I wonder how many Pokemon are in the Pokédex.
I think there's like 170 something for the first half.
And then so there's only 151 Pokemon in Shinnow's Pokédex, whereas Sword and Shield had 400. So there's not as many possibilities that you can have. Oh man, I forgot. I gotta put a Lucario on my team. I'm really excited. Are you gonna have a Garchomp on your team?
Go for a Gibble. Yeah, and a Salamence.
Which ones are the Salamence? I don't know if I know that one. What was it?
Salamence.
Oh, that's the dragon. That's the dragon type. Yeah, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Is that
I
in
like
this
his
yet?
moveset.
Do you have a dragon type yet?
Not yet. I'm working on it. That's why I've been spending so much time in the Grand Underground. I figure there's going to be a dragon underground.
You know, you can get the statues. So I don't know how to do this yet, but I think if you make a hidden base, you can put statues of the Pokemon type you're looking for. So you'd have to find dragon type statues, and then you could put them in your secret base. But I don't know how to make a secret base yet. So
I made one.
you did? How'd you do it?
I actually put every statue I own. Maybe I should just keep one statue out.
I don't think it. Do you have a dragon statue?
Does it stack? Yeah,
I think
a dragon statue.
I think they stack. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I filled up my room with statues already because I've been.
How'd you make this secret base?
I'm telling you, I spent that much time in the Grand Underground. But what I had to do is I went up back to the old man's house and I spoke to someone and I bought a kit at home. It's like something explorer kit, and then you just pick a spot.
Oh wow!
And then after you do it once, you can actually find one of the vendors underground and buy more. You can make multiple secret bases.
Oh, that's really cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into that. I haven't done that yet. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much. I mean, there's so much that you can do. I mean, like with this gen, they added some like mini games too. Like obviously you have the Ground Underground, which we're really enjoying, and they also have the show contest or the contests. Have you done any of those?
Not yet.
Yeah, I'm actually. I didn't really. I never got into it when I played it originally, but I think I might. I think I might go in on this hard, man, because I'm really trying to maximize all the berries I have so I can make poffins, but I've never made a poffin. I never made one in the original games and I haven't done it yet, but I think I might try and do that. I think I might try and max that out. And I don't know, it seems like kind of fun. So basically you can like cook poffins, which make your Pokemon stat increase, but they don't affect you in battles or anything. It really only matters for these like beauty show contests. And you kind of do like a rhythm based mini game, and it's pretty cool. I did win. I won a normal one with my Monferno. Yeah, I won one with my Monferno, and I don't know, dude. You should check it out for no other reason than you meet your mom in the Super Show. Actually, I don't even think you've made it this far yet. Actually, I think the story makes you go and see the show or do the showcase thing. I think it makes you walk in the building before you can do anything else. But your mom gives you a tuxedo, and you should definitely try and do one of those things just so you can try the tuxedo on, because it looks sick. I think it looks really cool. I wish I could just wear that tuxedo around the whole game, but man, they won't let you. But it seriously, it looks really cool. It's kind of like a futuristic pattern. I think it's really cool. But I mean, I don't really have too much more to say other than also like something really quick. If you're a newcomer or if you're a returning fan, you should definitely check this game out, because they do this thing they haven't done on any other Pokemon. Actually, I guess they kind of did it on Sword and Shield, but they'll put a little objective in the map. So if you're struggling on where to go, you can just click on the map and it'll give you like a little hint. It's like, hey, explore this city or travel to this city. They're kind of like small hints. Like they don't tell you exactly what to do, which I think in Sword and Shield, they pretty much told you exactly what to do. It seems like this is a better middle ground where they like give you a hint, but it's still kind of up to you to discover it. So, and I do like that. So I just kind of wanted to do some remake analysis, because this is a remake of the original Gen 4 games, Diamond and Pearl, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So I wanted to just take a look back at the history of all the Pokemon remakes and just kind of talk with you about those. So the first one, the original Pokemon game, Pocket Monsters. Actually, I think it was called Pocket Monsters in Japan. And then I think that, I don't know if it was like a copyright or something, but they shortened it to Pokemon. So it was Pokemon Red and Blue in America. That came out in 1998 on the Game Boy. The original Game Boy. Have you ever seen what the originals look like?
No, I haven't.
They're like black and white, man. It's crazy. They look completely different from what you would. I mean, obviously, like, it was 1998. Do a quick little Google search of Pokemon Red. Yeah, it looks crazy, but I mean, you can totally see the DNA of what is there now in it.
It's just all black and white. It's still isometric though. The trees look like rocks.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it really almost looks like the text or I guess like what you can walk on versus like the tall grass. It doesn't even really look that different. It just looks like a different texture because it's not like a different color or anything. It doesn't really look like it pops too much. It's kind of cool. It's just cool to look at, but like you can still tell it's a Pokemon game. Like it just looks very similar. And even if you look at like the original Pokemon Professor's house, like, and the table with the 3 Pokeballs, like you can totally see the DNA there. And I just think it's cool to look at that because that came out in 1998, and 6 years later, in 2004, they made the Game Boy Advance remakes Fire Red and Leaf Green. And if you look at what those look like, it's a giant leap. I mean, they're basically a Gen 3 game, which is like which is like a Sapphire and Ruby.
I love the way the cartridge looks.
Yeah, the cartridges were sick too because they're like the plastic. But yeah, I just think it's just such a huge leap to go from black and white to basically what Sapphire and Ruby look like. And I just think that's crazy. Honestly, I think it's nuts.
They definitely thought it out. They probably could have made it in color from the start. But.
Well, that's the second one. So Gen 2, the second one, which was Pokemon Gold and Silver, that came out 1 year later in 1999. And that was on the Game Boy Color. And the remakes for that one came out 10 years later on the Nintendo DS as Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So it went from a 6 year gap for remakes to a 10-year gaps in remakes. And yeah, I mean, obviously, like, it went from a Game Boy Color game to what Pokemon Diamond and Pearl were originally on.
It's so interesting to like look back at like the technology, the console that it was on, and how that kind of was like a limiting factor for the games.
Yeah, totally. And it's crazy because if you like, a Game Boy Color cartridge is so much bigger than the DS cartridge. I mean, I just think it's cool to look back at that. And so that was Gen 2, and then Gen 3, which is Pokemon Sapphire and Pokemon Ruby. That came out in 2002, and their remakes came out in 2014 on the 3DS. So those were Game Boy Advance games that came out in 2002. Their remakes came out in 2014 on the 3DS, which was 12 years later, which that's just crazy, man. I mean, to go from a Game Boy Advance game to a 3DS, I don't know how I feel about that one particularly. I don't know if that one aged as well. Well, I mean, because they went from 2D to 3D, and I don't know. What do you think about that one? The Sapphire or an Alpha Sapphire?
The remakes?
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember a lot of people didn't appreciate the fact that they did. They made that stylistic change, but I enjoyed it at the time because I was a kid and I was just taking it as it was. It was really fun.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's cool. I mean, I like it. I don't, I mean, obviously, like they made that stylistic change, but I don't think that one is as clear cut in like if you look at one and if you look at them side by side, like which one do you think is more impressive? I think that it's the remakes hands down for the other two, but this one, I don't know. Cause I mean, I'm playing through that Gen 3 remake right now, Alpha Sapphire. And I think it's really cool. I think that I like what they did. I think it's got some great quality of life improvements, but I don't think it holds up in the same way because that's in very early version of Nintendo 3D. And I don't think it looks as crisp as a later version of them doing 2D, if that makes sense. So
That makes sense.
Whereas like I think that what we have now is like a 3D version of like this Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl. It's like a 3D-ish version of a 2D game. And I think it looks a lot better than the original and better than Alpha Sapphire. So
yeah.
So coming on to this game, this was originally released in 2006 for the Nintendo DS and Diamond and Pearl. And obviously their remakes came out this year in 2021 on the Switch, which is 15 years later.
Wow.
I just think that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a huge time skip.
Yeah, man. I don't know. For me personally, it definitely takes me back.
Me too, man. I was 6. That's crazy to think about it. I was 6 years old.
I don't know what age. I think I was probably like 9, maybe. Oh my God, I was 8. I was like 8 or 9, yeah.
I remember I would, before school, I'd get up extra early to check up on my moms while I ate breakfast. That was like my morning ritual. And then I couldn't wait. And then at school, all I would think about was my Pokemon. So I couldn't wait to get back home.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I always remember just wishing that I could just have them with me and like play them in like school. Like
Yeah,
I would be bored in class, and I just wish that I could do that instead. There you go. That's where we were and where we are now. And man, this game's cute too. I don't know if we touched on that at all, but I think it's really got that cute factor.
yeah.
As soon as you
elaborate on that more for the fans, though.
I think it's just cute. Obviously, like Pokemon, they all have some of them are cuter than others, you know, but I think that this game stylistically is really cute because they really squish the character models down when you're in the isometric view, and they kind of waddle a little bit when they walk.
Yeah.
Which is just kind of funny, but it definitely has that cute factor. So, and like all the faces are kind of round too. I mean, obviously when you get into the battles, they look a lot more realistic, but when you're in the overworld, it looks kind of cute. And you'll just see like this one gets me. So there'll be like a person in like a karate suit, and they'll have like the headband, and they'll just be like pacing. Like it looks like they're just going so fast up and down, and they'll just be like walking a circle, and you battle them. And then after you're done battling them, you can talk to them and be like, "Oh, I can't believe we lost, but we're here to toughen up." Or I don't know. It's just kind of cute. Or I talked to
the hikers. The hikers.
The hikers are, oh man, they're like twice as big as every other. It's
ironic because it's like, how is a hiker, a person who's going up so much elevation, is like twice as big as everybody else? And they make them look chubby too.
They're like really big.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute. And then I think I was battling a trainer that was a fisherman, and he's like, it's really I think after I beat him, I think he said, well, fishing's really more of a solo hobby anyways. It's just kind of cute. There are like little responses and remarks, and I think that's kind of part of what makes Pokemon, like cuteness, and just, I don't know, like the writing doesn't have to be over the top to make a difference. And I think in Pokemon, it's really about like the small one-liners and like small bits that really make it, because there's so much, you know, it's a humongous world. And if you just have a little bit here and a little bit there, that can really go a long way. And I think that this game does a great job of doing that.
Of not overstimulating the player.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Sword and Shield could have done that for some people.
Yeah. And I mean, there's really like no cinematics, like not really any cutscenes. So It all kind of happens in the isometric view, which is really
nice. I love that element of it. And you're really spending time playing Pokemon, you know, just being in that grass and running into, you know, whatever you find. finding new trainers around the corner. And you're like, damn, like, I wish I could have avoided this one.
It's like if I had gone that way and I had cut that tree down and walked that way, I wouldn't have to battle this one, and I'd be able to get that item. I know I gotta battle this guy and then go back and do that. And
Yeah.
no,
I skip trainers. I like to go back to a spot and have them try to fight me. I think it's fun.
I think that there's also I think it was Dawn, which is I think if you're playing as a girl, I think it's Lucas maybe. I think they give you this. I haven't tested it out, but I think it's an ability to where if you activate it, you can see trainers that want to battle you again, which I do really like that. So I'll have to see how that works, but I think that's in there. Obviously, I don't know the nuances of it.
I do remember that feature of Pearl, just playing through Pearl, and you can do that. And it's like the little things that you forget about the game back then. They're like making their way back now. The poke edge too is like one of those things where like I didn't really need it playing through it at first, but when it popped up in my corner, I was like, I miss you. I see you.
Yeah, the little clock with the Pikachu on it, and
it's
always in military time, and can't change it out of military time.
Yeah. I love military time. I only use military time for some weird reason.
It's probably because of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, man.
Imagine. Way back then. I was playing it at 6.
It was probably really informative, man. That probably honestly was probably your first exposure to it.
Think about it. Like, what can a 6-year-old learn from playing a game like Pokemon? Like, objectively, like, what can a 6-year-old learn?
Perseverance, exploration,
questioning. You know.
Also, like navigation, like remembering where you've been.
Yes. That's something that I've actually been really good at. Like, and thankfully enough. What else? Dude, so much, dude. We could keep going. So much a 6-year-old could learn about like the real world from playing a game like Pokemon.
Yeah, definitely. Also compassion. Because it's more evident in this game than it was in the original. And I actually just today had an encounter that I can use as an example for this. If you're friendlier towards your Pokemon, they can pull like crazy stats. Like I got hit by a attack that was gonna KO a Pokemon, and my Pokemon, it said Jirachi toughened it up because it didn't want to let you down, and it survived because I don't know, because I've been nice to it, and it didn't. Actually, it might have been like because it didn't want to make you sad or something, or it didn't want you to get upset. So it's kind of like if you're friendlier towards your Pokemon. And I don't really know too much how to make them friendlier to you other than by having them walk around with you, which I don't know if you've gotten to that part yet. But man, once you have them walk around with you, it just changes the game. It's just so much cuter. It makes you feel so much more connected. I have not. Maybe like once or twice in Pokemon Shield, I was like, man, I really want to go camping right now. And like really maybe once or twice. But then I was like, man, I wish there was something I could do with my Pokemon, like go camping. Because I was like, I just want to hang out with them. And I mean, like you can do the contest with them and stuff like that. So I might get into the contest. I don't know. We'll see. Did one show.
Sounds fun. The contest.
Well, I think that's about all I had, man. I mean, you just got to play these games. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl.
Let's get back into the Sinnoh region.
Yeah, actually, dude, we're going to be spending so much time in the Sinnoh region because, I mean, I'm going to be playing this throughout this whole, like, season. And obviously, like, in the winter, it gets cold. Get a little bit of seasonal depression, maybe. And I don't know, I'm just so excited to just have this game to play that when I'm feeling down. I need to just wrap myself in a blanket.
Me too. It's cold. It's cold in the city. Like, I don't know if you were cold today, but I was so cold today. Dude, I ran into some guy in the train and he was homeless. I gave him $1 and I gave him the beanie off my head. So I was like, dude, you need to put something on your head. It's really cold.
It's cold out. It's cold out here, man. I think it was 33 degrees today.
It was below freezing. It was below freezing today at some point.
Dang. I should probably take my AC out of my window. But yeah, no, I mean it's getting cold here, and I mean we're gonna be spending some more time in the Sinnoh region just because I think in January Legends Arceus comes out too, which I'm excited
Oh
for.
yeah, it's gonna be good to have that like navigation. Having already navigated it, your hippocampus is gonna be ready for that uncharted to know.
Oh man, I'm actually really excited. I think that they've, in preparation for Legends Arceus, I think they've done some stuff. I think they've made some changes. I don't know exactly. I mean, like I said, like we're pretty early game in. I've run into a couple NPCs that have mentioned ancient times to me, or
Really?
along those lines. Like once you're in like Floroma Town, I think there's an NPC that talks to you about
I
how
actually,
what
I think I remember. That's the one with all the little
all
flowers.
the flowers, yeah, and they're like, this used to be a barren wasteland, and then one person started planting
Yeah.
flowers, and it was like flower by flower, person by person, this turned into Floroma Town, which is just this beautiful town that's just covered in flowers. He's like, you should plant a flower, it could change someone's life, or something like that, which I was like, dang. But so
That's deep.
yeah, I think it'd be crazy just to see what Floroma Town is like in Legends Arceus. Like I'm sure there's going to be a tie back there, and there's also
Yeah, it makes me think about that Pokemon with the grass on his back. It looks kind of like a porcupine, legendary. You know which one I'm talking about?
what game is he?
Grass. He's in the Sinnoh region. The legendary Pokemon. It's like I think it's a grass type.
From Legends Arceus? Like in
It's a Sinnoh region legend. Maybe it's a Legends of Arceus. Let me see. Grass Sinnoh Legends. I think they wanted to do Legends of Arceus in the Sinnoh region because the mythology for the Sinnoh region was so well done. And that's something that I fell in love with as a kid. That mythology was just there for me. And it was really like a basis for other mythology because I got into like a bunch of other ones, but this was really like just pretty well thought out. It was pretty complex. It was complex enough for a kid to be like, wow, like this is just amazing.
Yeah, they really go really into it in this one.
But it also not like they go really into it, but
But
also
they leave it open ended too.
yeah.
Yeah, it's they give you a lot of it's said, or like in ancient times they said, or things like that.
Yeah. I'm still trying to find this Pokemon free. It's actually I know it's in that town that you go catch it. I remember you have to go back to the town at the post game. No, it's not Cresselia.
Is it Shaman?
Oh, that sounds familiar. How do you spell that?
Shaymin.
Yep, Shaman.
Can you get that?
Shaman, you catch it in Florama.
How do you get that?
I
But
remember
you have to beat the game first?
I remember I fell in love with Shaman because it was so cool that you could go back to this town and catch it in the flower town. And yeah, really cool Pokemon. Also was in the anime, which I also got into as a kid. Really liked watching the show too.
Oh man. Apparently you can't get it yet. But hopefully maybe that might be a DLC kind of thing. I can see them doing that, like releasing like a DLC. But yeah, that's really cool, man. I never made it that far. So what kind of moves does it have?
I remember it was like a pretty cool grass moveset. It had a specific move to it that was like a flower, kind of like an overpowered magical leaf.
Oh, that's cool. I always loved Magical Leaf, man. I think I just love the way that move looks. I do normally have it on my grass Pokemon because it's like a TM. It never misses. But actually, dude, I don't have a grass type on my team right now. Do you have a grass type?
Not yet. I need one.
Yeah, I don't know. I might not have one this go around, dude.
I mean, I have Shinx, which does a lot of grass stuff for me.
Yeah.
Besides the ground, but I have Gyarados for that.
I know. Yeah, I don't know, man. We might have to battle. My team is really not matched right now. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I don't know, man. My Bruja, she's crazy, bro.
She might mess me up.
She might mess up your whole squad. Like I'm talking only Bruja. She's gonna mess y'all up. She's tough, bro. She's sturdy.
Level 30?
No, she's sturdy, but she will
man.
soon be level 30. That's for sure.
I was about to say, if you're taking on the second gym with level 30 Pokemon, man,
Dude,
I'm done.
my Chimichurri is almost there though. He's already 25.
Yeah, I think my whole team is pretty much at 27. I'm pretty even, except for my Cranidos. It's a little bit behind, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I mean, we're super, super ecstatic about this game. I mean, we're both kind of getting horse in the throat here as we've been talking so much about it. Man, this totally like ignited my love again. So I'm just excited to keep playing it, dude.
I can't wait to make another kind of follow-up episode.
Yeah, definitely, man.
When are we gonna make another episode?
I don't know. We probably have to get more into it. Do you want to do like a post game or?
Yeah, maybe a post game.
Or maybe after some gyms, maybe after the 6th gym or something like that.
Yeah, let's do a 6th gym check-in.
Oh, okay. I'm down.
6th gym check-in. I think that's a good point to like good midpoint. And then from there we could do a post game.
Yeah, I'm about it, man. All right, dude. I think I'm good to end this up.
Let's do it.
All right, trainers. Get your gym badges. Get out there, get after it.
Peace in the Sinnoh streets.
Peace in the Sinnoh region.